Previously on Sister Wives.
Suki then asks what Christine's physical type is, and Janelle gives us the deets.
One word, wow.
And that came as a surprise. Apparently, Christine has a statue of her ideal man in her house. Mm-hmm. Again, wow.
Yes.
The image is of this guy from a video game, which they turned into a movie.
We find out that Christine, she's for the Horde.
It's Duratan the Orc from World of Warcraft.
Kody was right. She is a gamer.
That's correct. Christine is a gamer. Christine loves Duratan.
She likes him tall, green, and handsome.
Because he absolutely cherishes his wife. And when he looks at her, it is with expressions that is just full of love. Because he would do anything for her.
Mm-hmm.
I am Kody the Warrior. My masculinity knows no bounds. I fight for the patriarchy. Loving your children allows your wife to control you.
I will show no mercy!
Yeah.
Duratan, you're my hero.
Oh, right. And he goes.
I'm going to meet some dude online and fall in love and want to leave my family.
The first 20 years, I don't know, are not going to be really great. And if they are great, then somebody's lying.
Duratan is an orc, and that's really what I'm attracted to, besides that.
I am not married to 3 other women.
Oh, I was a polygamist. It's all ego, baby.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Angie. This is Tim. And we are reporting live from the irrigation ditch of Coyote Pass.
Yes, the prairie dog plague is rich in the air.
So, happy Sister Wives Day. This is, as you know, the season finale.
Did it feel like one? Because I didn't watch it.
It lives up to its reputation of being a tell-nothing. We'll get into it.
So anticlimactic.
It's anticlimactic. And the fact that they spoil all of the clips within the week, so all the juicy parts worth knowing are already broadcast to everyone.
Seriously, I think you'd get everything you need to out of this by just watching the TLC ads.
I don't know why they try to ramp up views like this and say, oh, that was the meat you just watched.
Isn't that effectively just telling people we got nothing? Seriously, we cancel Sister Wives. Not on Twitter, I mean the TV show. Make it go away.
Oh, God. Announcements. Follow me on TikTok at Angie's Animations.
We might be going back to recap the beginning of the season, might not.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see if I have any energy.
All right.
All right. So, Sister Wives, Season 17, Episode 17, One-on-One, Part 3. We pick off where we began, where Kody refuses to answer the question of what his relationship to Robin is like.
Well, did he answer it?
No, of course not. Sukanya asks if he can react to the clip in Season 17, Episode 1. He tells Christine that he did not know her true nature of her treating people badly. At the part where she reveals to the camera she suspects her ex of having a favorite wife, both Kody and Robin give the same reaction of this.
It's like when a dog shits on the carpet and you're like, dog, did you do this? And the dog's,
The clip continues where Christine relays to Kody how she feels being a second-rate wife and how her kids feel like they're getting a substandard father in comparison to Robin's part of the family. At the point where Kody says that Christine is being the poison, she does a that kind of small, happy expression.
Oh, Christine does?
Yes.
Okay, good for her.
The fat olive scene is also played out before us. After watching it, Kody accuses Christine of sour graping.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I had to look it up. If you describe someone's behavior or opinion as sour grapes, you mean that that person is angry because they have not gotten or achieved something that they wanted.
No, I know, but did they use sour graping?
I think he
Like
did.
as a verb?
I think he said sour graping.
I can't tell whether or not Cody's an idiot, or maybe he's writing the modern Ulysses with just these new and exciting words. I'm pretty sure it's the former, not the latter.
Anyways, he tells her she's sour graping. My issue with him watching this scene back, because when I first saw that clip of Christine trying to communicate to Kody that he's a subpar father, his attention is not on them, unlike how he is with Robin.
Yeah, he's unattentive.
And just seeing him react to him watching that, where he's like, you know what my takeaway from that is? Christine was sour graping. She wanted more than everyone else was getting. And that really broke my heart, because then at the beginning of this tell-all, he said that he was ruminating on all the things that you could possibly throw at him. And yet he comes out of this just with no self-awareness.
No, he's a complete asswipe. I'm sorry, I could have said something more intelligible, but no, he's just an asswipe.
He doubles down and says even in Vegas, Christine was only happy if she was getting more than her fair share.
Well, apparently, in Cody's opinion, her fair share is the table scraps.
Poor Christine. Suki then asks again a seemingly harmless question. But how does that connect? Because Christine obviously watches how you and Robin are as a couple and feels these emotions of envy and jealousy. He cuts her off and tries to finish the question for her. Does that make me or Robin feel guilty? Suki tries to tell him, no, jackass, that wasn't the question. He then does what he does best and points his finger at her. Stop where you're going. Christine watched me and Robin? Well, Robin watched me and Christine. She watched us go out on special dates. The first date that comes to mind of out-of-town special dates was the date to Galveston, Texas. It was less of a date.
As a marriage counseling session on wheels?
Yes, and the dates that Christine watched Robin go on are very different. I remember where Robin said that she paid for a Hawaiian vacation for just her family and Kody with her grocery money. But Christine doesn't have that luxury because she's in charge of feeding all of the family, because she had an open door policy with the kids so that they could feel comfortable and safe. So already there's a discrepancy.
Is it normal to have like a vacation with just one part of the family?
I guess, because I know in the beginning of the seasons, Kody would harp on the fact that there's individual marriages, the strength comes from... So funny saying all of this in hindsight. The strength of the bigger picture comes from the individual relationships. And so he would say that because there's so many people in the family, that individual time is that much more important. So I think that they did encourage individual family time. I mean, Christine got that. I remember her part of the family in season 2 went to Las Vegas. We'll get to that later. Kody tells Suki to shut up. And claims, he didn't actually tell her to shut up, but he claims when everyone looks at that scenario of Christine pining for his love, that's the danger of polygamy.
That's the danger.
Our host tries to convey her questions, but you can see where Christine is coming from, of wanting a connection. Kody then victim blames Christine. If she wants that connection, she has to put in the energy and effort to make me love her.
God, I hate this man.
He didn't say love her.
No.
He just said to have that connection with me.
I still hate the man.
That's what I mean when I say merits of the relationship. He accuses his other wives that by their own deeds of not giving or not loving are reason for his lack of reciprocation.
Before Robin came in, all of the wives equally didn't really respect Kody the same. And so because of that, it was kind of balanced. They all mistreated him to a certain point, so Kody felt like that was normal. Robin came in, is just like a sycophant, right? She's just obsessed with Kody and just praises Kody about every little tiny thing. And so Kody goes, oh wow, this is how a man should be treated. And then these women obviously just aren't trying hard enough to make me happy, which... On one hand, Kody's an asshole, but on another hand, that's kind of what you get when you get polygamy. Obviously, if you marry a bunch of women, some are going to be nicer to you than others, and then you're going to like them more.
Yeah, she bolstered his ego, and he says that should have been the norm this whole time.
You can't find two people who are exactly equal about how much they like you. So obviously, one is going to get praised, and the other one's going to get basemented.
Again, he accuses wives that they are not giving or they're not loving, which is funny because this is the exact same thing he said to Mary on their 30th anniversary. He said, "Be more loving, Mary, and I'll come around."
I thought he said he wasn't coming.
Mary is still longing for his affection and gladly did things like trying to be a better version of herself to be in good standing with him, and he told her that's not good enough. He's making ridiculous demands that even he doesn't follow through with, is what I'm trying to say.
Now we gathered that.
Suki then asks a question that Kody will definitely not answer. So is there a favorite wife? Kody pauses, then squints at her. That is the most unfair question because you have no idea the sacrifices she's made.
To love me.
The games she hasn't played to be where she is. It's not about me having a favorite wife. It's about Robin finding favor with me.
This man needs to get kicked in the balls 12 times in a row, flipped over and then kicked over in the balls 12 more times. I love how it poetically mirrors the Christine fight about the sacrifices I've made.
What Suki should have asked him instead was, is Robin the favorite wife? Yes or no? Because at that point, if he doesn't answer, he's damned if
he does.
And if he does answer, same thing.
Yes, Kody's the worst. He's boring.
Anyways, Suki is about to point out the repetition in his sentence. He doesn't let her answer. Instead, he accuses Christine of using words that make the audience hate Robin.
Apparently, these words are also known as the truth.
There's a character issue going on. It's about their shitty character. You become my favorite wife. He doesn't actually say that. He says you find favor by being loyal to me and not allowing other people to trash talk me.
He sounds like he's a Game of Thrones character. You will gain favor with me by obeying my tenets and not speaking ill of the Brown clan.
I'm assuming the other people he meant was his own children. He is resolute in his stance, saying all the OG wives have shit-talked him from the beginning of their marriages. But when Robin hears any bad-mouthing of me from any of my disloyal family, she'll defend me to the very end.
We've seen this.
We cut to a couch confessional of Suki, about to ask Christine of her conversation with Kody shit-talking Mary, Janelle, and her. Christine has to interject and say that Janelle doesn't deserve to be labeled in that manner. She tells our host that Janelle has been unimaginably loyal to him and that his accusations are ridiculous. She recalls conversations where she brings up contradictions Kody has done. And Janelle replies saying, "He's a great dad. What are you talking about? He's a great husband. What are you talking about?"
This is the one thing that irritates me the most about Janelle, is that Janelle is just so loyal to Kody, and it just pisses me off.
Janelle's attitude, I believe, is solely because she had an absentee father. Her biological father died when she was 2, or before she can recall. Her stepfather was, again, a deadbeat dad. So when Kody finally came around, the bar was set really low for her. Christine tells us that Janelle has been the utmost loyal to him for so many decades that it's unfair of him to characterize her that way. It's also kind of funny how she doesn't mention Mary. Mary's the epitome of loyal, but I guess she doesn't count because she cheated on Kody. We get Janelle's opinion of Kody bad-mouthing his wives of being disloyal. Janelle laughs and mimics him. Loyal? Kiss the ring. Then we'll all be good. I thought Christine and I had been loyal, but apparently not enough. Sukanya asked her the question Kody claimed was unfair to ask him. Do you believe Robin was the favorite wife? In not so many words, Janelle confirms that judgment. My children and I have been feeling a great sense of disproportion concerning where their father spends his time.
Just say yes. Why can't any of these women just say yes? I feel like they've been so indoctrinated to defend polygamy in their entire lives, except for Janelle.
I feel every polygamist family is like that, where there is a favorite and a basement wife, and they're all trained not to disclose those feelings.
I mean, it's possible that other polygamists don't even know it about other polygamists. They might just think that they're isolated.
Suki brings up that Kody didn't label Robin as the favorite wife, but that she does things to earn his favor.
You know what the base word of favorite is?
Favor.
Sometimes I think that Kody might be a moron.
Janelle laughs again. Earn? Suki then tries to tell her that his exact words were find favor. She shares. He listens. Robin and Kody have more of a mutual give and take because they have a more complete relationship.
Also, another reason why I think this find favor thing kind of sounds gross, it kind of sounds like a biblical thing that God would say, oh, follow my commandments and you shall find favor with the Lord.
It's because Kody thinks he's God.
I mean, not yet.
He needs at least 3 wives to get his own planet.
Oh yeah, he's screwed.
Suki asks Janelle's opinion if Robin really is trying to create a cohesive family unit. Janelle shakes her head and says that everyone is mixed about that. She isn't always this perfect paragon of, I'm going to make this family great. I don't believe anybody is perfect. We all have dark and light inside us.
I don't think that's true. I think it's all just dark inside of Robin. I love how she's talking as if somehow we all believe that Robin's great. And she's, oh no, guess what? She's actually not perfect. Bitch, please. We can see she's not perfect. Stop trying to sugarcoat this.
I think maybe she's talking about the more naive part of the family. I don't know who's left, though.
I feel like everyone would be so relieved if one of the wives just was, yeah, she's a bitch. Really tell it like it is instead of all this tiptoeing around bullshit.
Suki asked Mary the same question. Do you believe Robin is the favorite? Like Kody, she skirts around giving an answer. She tells us that Kody goes through periods of being more comfortable with some wives more than others. But it is solely based on who you have a good relationship with at the time.
You know, it's just they've been going through a 25-year rough patch.
Because she said that he finds favor, but it depends on who you're close to. And Mary is certainly close with Robin, and Kody was absolutely not. I'm never coming around, Mary.
Why is it that Kody is the only one who's going to be like, no, that person's a jackass, that person's a bitch, but all the wives are like, oh, well, I don't want to say anything harmful.
Christine is questioned further of the notion of Kody favoring Robin above everyone else. She tells us that she's not stupid, nor is she blind, for his actions were obvious. She doesn't believe Robin is the family scapegoat. Instead, she chalks it up to Kody and Robin having found soulmates in each other. She admits that she didn't know what a soulmate looked like until she witnessed Kody and Robin's marriage.
I mean, to be fair, they do get along really, really well.
She tries to backtrack and say that Kody and her did have something special, describing their relationship as super awesome and fun. However, she recounts the many times where she needed his help and he refused to give it to her. These many instances of rejection finally made it click for her that she did all she can, but he wouldn't reciprocate in any shape or form. This was the opposite of his and Robin's marriage, where he would do everything for her, and she would do everything for him. They melded together like one cohesive unit. This is sad.
Polygamy's bullshit, and the main reason why is, imagine everybody, they have a certain amount of attention. Each wife gives Kody 100% of their attention, and Kody gives each one 20%. Even if he wasn't obsessed with little weird Robin, it's still not good enough. But then he's just, guess what? I'm going to be even more of an asshole. I'm going to take away everybody else's piddly 20%. And then it's just, you're just going to have to fucking suck it up.
Suki asked Robin a rather long leading question. Is Christine's optics that she's been struggling and kind of seeing your family emerge in a different way and the dynamics changing just based on the last couple of years? She's trying to suggest that Christine has only been feeling this turmoil for the last couple of years.
Suki hasn't been watching this show.
No, that's obvious. Of course, Robin agrees. Yeah, she made that happen. Those were her choices. Those were Janelle's choices. They practically just handed him to me and said, we don't want him. Kody had protective beliefs and guidelines concerning our jobs and health. So obviously he flourishes with my kids because he's around more. This completely paints a different picture from what Christine is telling us, because she would say that Kody didn't do enough activities with her girls. Yet Robin is here saying they just practically handed him to me and said we don't want him. Obviously they did want him. His presence was important.
She's either ignorant or stupid or lying.
Sukanya brings up the notion from Christine that she believes Robin and Kody are soulmates. Robin clasped her hands together and smiles very subtly. She feeds us some bullshit saying, Christine and Kody used to be so sweet together. They had this fun banter sort of exchange that I don't even experience with him. Robin then gets serious. She had something special that was her own with Kody, and she did not take care of it. She narrates a time when Kody was courting her, and he and Mary would tear up in front of her due to listening to a song together. She parrots Kody to a T. What you're seeing right now is years of people not taking care of their relationships. He's had wives reject his affection due to being uncomfortable. I'm assuming she means Janelle, because didn't Janelle say she's not comfortable with PDA?
Yeah, no, she is. Remember, Robin instigated that. She also instigated Valentine's Day, and also she was the one that demanded Christmas and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I remember the Valentine's Day one. Was it a producer or it was her that voiced the question, who wishes Kody would be more openly affectionate?
Yeah, it was Robin.
Was it the other wives that said, I'm good with that, but on a good day, or something like that?
It could just be that Robin is a better fit for Kody, but Cody's made these commitments. It'd be one thing if he just came out and just, I really don't believe in polygamy anymore, and I'm sorry that I've done this, did this, and apologized, and was like, I really just want to live my life with Robin, and then be happy or something. But he doubles down on, oh, it's all your fault. And that just pisses me off.
We'll get into that. There's a huge conversation of him and Janelle. We'll get to that. Robin continues, I'm sorry, but if you're rejecting the affection from your spouse, I don't see how that's going to help your relationship. If you keep nagging to Kody about the apple he is giving you when you want her orange, then how are you able to see what he is giving you?
The fuck?
I think she's trying to combine, don't compare apples to oranges.
Yeah, it's a mixed metaphor. Yeah.
She then compares the time in the family to her most favorite thing in the world. Pregnancy. When I married Kody, I knew that when there's stretch marks, weight gain, stagnancy, money problems, just name it, he still had this romance going on with each of them. And this statement was problematic for a couple reasons. It reminded me of that one sentence she said when Christine was going to Las Vegas. And she said, sometimes you have to take these individual family times together because I heard when you get older, you know, I've heard that you stop having babies. And I feel that she's subtly shaming his wives for having had kids, for having had stretch marks and gaining weight. And she's trying to raise Kody on this pedestal saying, oh, but look, he's still trying to romance you. Isn't he such a great guy?
Look, he still loves you even though you're all disgusting wretches.
It was very vile of her to say that, because that past clip, it's like she's saying, oh, you're not fertile like me.
Also, I think Robin might have some sort of developmental disorder. She talks like a child. She doesn't say, oh, I hear that women have issues with infertility. She says, they can't make babies. Like she's friggin' 7 years old.
It's really gross.
Maybe Kody says that he loves the tender-age children because they're always so supportive of him. But if Robin has the mentality of a tender-age child where she's not very smart and she's still convinced that Kody is the best, Of course Cody's going to gravitate to that.
He just wants people to praise him.
And dumb people praise him the hardest.
She then reiterates that each of the wives had a special apple, aka a quality in their marriage that is absent from hers and Kody's. She tells us that she doesn't know how to sympathize with that kind of hardship, other than hammering the notion that you are the one who has to get your butt in there and work it out.
God, I hate her.
We get Janelle's point of view of how the holidays went down. She watches the incident where Kody accuses her of not being culpable, of not showing him respect. At the instant where Janelle says the COVID guidelines were not given until 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, Kody starts having this intense look of joy on his face, as if to say, "That's a lie, Janelle." Janelle then makes a face when Robin says her line that Kody has tackled so much rejection in his life. Suki questions the reason for that expression. Janelle tells us that she is so fucking tired of Counselor Robin acting like Kody is the only one who has been rejected and hurt from this ordeal. She's also sick of Kody acting surprised with a divorce when this has been an ongoing conflict for years. All of this feels like Robin is placating him when my sons have felt the sting of his rejection just as strongly. Initially, Kody wanted the boys to apologize, and then that was downgraded to a conversation. Yet he still has this attitude that they should come and ask for forgiveness from him. I felt like I was being called to repentance, to see the light. I'm the wayward wife who disrespects him.
I don't like Kody.
There's not much to review other than Cody's a jackass.
You could replace me with one of those toys that have a recording and it just goes, I don't like Kody. I don't like Kody.
He's like a snowman somewhere. We can
yes.
re-record his lines.
Robin's the worst. I don't like Kody.
Okay.
If we just put that on a clip for 45 minutes, would everyone watch it?
That's our review.
There you go.
Cody's outlook that giving Janelle the ultimatum to not walk away was, in hindsight, stupid of him. But it was justified because she showed no empathy for me concerning my divorce. I'm pissed that she's still buddy-buddy with Christine, going on vacations with her, whilst I was suffering with COVID. I don't know, but did Kody help Janelle when she was suffering with COVID?
No, of course not. This man doesn't think of anyone but himself.
So what was she supposed to do while he was quarantined? Just hang around?
Yeah, just stand. He just wanted her to be miserable, too.
Misery loves company. He then discloses to us that he is mad at Janelle because she is friends with Christine and is therefore betraying him. Suki asks, why do you put all the blame on Janelle for the rift between the adult children and you? Kody says, I'm not saying it's her fault. I'm saying it's her fault for siding with the boys. Our host calls him out on that contradictory statement. That is blaming her. You're the one pointing the finger. Kody denies her allegation. He tells her that loyalty isn't complicated. She went out and found homes when the boys had to move. Why couldn't Gabe and Garrison have found places to live so they can keep seeing their girlfriends? That's what I don't understand, because if one of my tender-age children were to die because someone had to get his pencil wet, that would make me so mad. He said those words.
We really need to just take Kody out and beat him to I'm tired of this man. The animosity I feel towards Kody is spreading. I feel I dislike humanity more because I've been exposed to him.
So what I'm thinking of, okay, one, after saying his pencil wet, once the boys hear this tell all, they're never going to reconcile again.
He doesn't care.
This is so offensive. Okay, and also, getting your pencil wet, that's an expression where, oh, you only have this relationship because it's sexual.
Well, yeah, that's what Cody's saying. He's like, oh, you chose to have sex with this woman over me.
Because COVID is a very isolating time. Sometimes people have significant others because they need that connection with others, especially if they're not getting it from their family members or whatnot. And he has to characterize it as like, oh, you just wanted to
He has to characterize people doing the exact same thing that he's doing as bad, because if people characterized it in the way that he tries to characterize himself, they'd be like, no, Cody, you're full of shit.
And also, I remember, I think the boys did say that they followed the protocols at one point, but it was met with Kody never coming around. So they were like, fine, you're not coming around anyway, so why do we have to do this? I'm just going to keep seeing the people who want to see me.
He just wants them to behave. He's not going to actually reciprocate. That would show weakness.
He continues, if one of my children died, how hard would it be to forgive the man who brought that home to us? And I laughed because it was Brianna that brought that home to you, but you're totally cool with her. This outrage doesn't make sense. He reveals that he is completely estranged from his sons and can't even carry a conversation with them anymore. And you'll probably be even more estranged from them once they hear how you characterize their interactions with their significant others. Suki then asks if the situation pains him deeply. When he agrees, she suggests that she express that to them. He gives the camera a fake apology. Sorry, boys. I was trying to protect my family. Not you guys, you're not my family. I should have managed it differently. He didn't say, not you guys.
I know.
Commercial break, and we get Suki asking Kody about a discussion he had with Janelle. Kody, like always, contradicts himself. I would absolutely love to patch things up with her. I love her. I know that she has suffered the most out of all my wives in plural marriage. Again, typical triangulation, where he's using Janelle as a parameter to put Christine and Mary down.
Yeah, and then he's going to just turn around and use them as a parameter to put her down.
He tells us Janelle came into his family idealistically and was shattered by the experience. Again, he's trying to use Janelle to rebuke everyone else. We watch the Fat Olives conversation where Janelle commiserates the fact that the rules have changed for her. Kody says that he wants Janelle and him to be strong in the marriage again. He throws Christine under the bus, saying that her constant comparing and juxtapositions with my other marriages is what made this family fall apart. He says he wants to put an end to that. Suki cuts in. So why aren't you being vulnerable and articulating that to her? Kody shrugs off the suggestion. Why would I be vulnerable? Christine left, and Janelle is now chasing her. I'm not in a place where I can be vulnerable after spending the last couple years being disrespected. I'm glad that this family went through this period of tribulation because it let me realize who was loyal and who wasn't. He didn't actually say that. He just said that COVID made him know who was going to respect or disrespect him.
I don't like Kody.
Suki asked him, do you think Janelle disrespected you in any way? He goes, absolutely. Absolutely. She asks why. Kody pauses. Does this. Then he looks around the room and then condescendingly throws the question back at her. Oh, you want me to name the ways Janelle has disrespected me? Suki relays the fact that she will be bringing up this topic with Janelle as well, to which Kody responds, of course, so she can shit-talk me some more. He doesn't answer the question.
Seriously, just take the show away from him. The amount of enjoyment people can get from watching this show is nothing compared to how much this man does not deserve attention.
Yeah, I have to agree. I'm okay with not having my reality TV fix if this man can suffer.
I mean, the only show I want to see is, it'll be a show that'll have like a social media twist where you text in 355 and you can shock Kody with a cattle prod or something like that. I'd watch that. I'd want the shit out of that.
Oh, God. We get Janelle's take. What Kody and I have right now isn't love. She basically summarizes their marriage as obligation, commitment, and duty.
How romantic.
She reveals that spoiler that was first revealed to us at the end of the season finale. She and Kody have been separated for several months. She is very happy where she is due to seeing their relationship more and more indifferently. She tells Suki that she still respects him amidst the feelings of apathy, but is still angry about how he has treated their children.
Respects him? God, Janelle, you're on toxic levels of copium.
Suki comments that Kody feels he has been disrespected by Janelle, to which she replies, "The feelings are mutual. It's a two-way street. If he was hell-bent on making it work for at least my part of the family, he would have found a way for us to come together without decreeing this edict, then only staying with the wife and the family who he felt respected by." We get Kody on the couch again, getting very annoyed, saying, "Janelle has indicated to me that she doesn't miss us." When inquired if he and Janelle could come to a full fellowship, he says he is only open to that if Janelle starts showing him some respect, because love doesn't matter to me, respect does. Suki then pins him down with the revelation from Janelle. "So are you separated?" He replies, "Yes, we are. Pretty stupid for two people that love each other, huh?" He's pressed on some more of how things would change if he was serious about fixing things with her. He informs us that there would have to be a whole new negotiation if things were to be functional again. He says that he and Janelle are in very different places because Christine left and Janelle is still friends with her, so he doesn't want to work things out with Janelle. He then laughs maniacally. He does that.
I love how Robin can simultaneously praise this man for being such a good polygamist and also completely ignore how much of an asshole he is.
He rhetorically asks Suki why couldn't they have been good sister wives when they were actual sister wives. And they were, Kody.
They were, you just weren't paying attention.
As Janelle says, he is just that inattentive. Christine weighs in on Janelle and Kody's relationship, where she and him have evolved to be in very different places than they were when they first married. At the end of the day, Janelle let a lot of things go because she still thought Kody was a good dad to her children. He wasn't.
Oh, God.
Suki then asked Kody, if he and his adult children were on good terms again, would it affect the outcome of his and Janelle's marriage? Kody starts to claim the possibility, then stops short. He gives a weird explanation. If the relationship is strong, that's because the wife did things to warrant that functionality. Robin essentially ordered her children to be obedient to the COVID rules, but Garrison and Gabriel didn't. That was enough to justify me kicking them out of Janelle's house. When I saw the expression of respect given to me by Robin and her children, it made anything less than that not worthy of my love. He didn't actually say that last line, but that's what I gathered from it. Also, jackass. Garrison and Gabriel worked during the pandemic. It's easy to be compliant when you're not pressured from other responsibilities.
It's like, what did Kody do? He did some cameos.
Right in that point, he's comparing Gabriel and Garrison to Aurora and Dayton.
I don't think Aurora and Dayton ever leave their rooms.
No, I think they're hermits.
I don't think they have any friends.
Oh, God. No hate on Dayton.
No, I mean, they seem very much like
they're
people
homebodies
who would just be fine at home by themselves.
Obviously, they would readily accept these rules because it doesn't change their life at all. Janelle is put on the hot seat again. She is questioned more about what she meant by feeling indifferent in her marriage. In plain terms, she states that Kody is always dodging culpability when he's trying to interact with a wife he isn't jiving with. She reiterates that her perceived independence was never an issue until recently. She explains that she was faced with a situation where she could be homeless while simultaneously wanting to start building on the land, but that was met with roadblocks from the family. We spent money as a family to buy Christine's house. She emphasizes that they spent a lot of money getting Robin into her house, so much to the point that it depleted their accounts. Her need to act independently was out of necessity in order to pay off Coyote Pass. If Robin didn't get such a big house, payments would have been prioritized differently, and I would be in a house myself. Now it's all excuses from the both of them. Oh, we don't have the budget. I don't know,
Kody.
None of these pretenses were brought up when Robin needed to buy her house. When Robin is brought up with the topic of Janelle's living situation and wanting to live on the property, Robin lies to us. Yeah, I wanted to live on the land too. Suki brings up the notion that Janelle was met with lambasting from Kody, saying she was too independent. Robin gives us an infuriating response. Well, that's them being stupid. They made those choices and somehow they're lumping me into their poor decisions. Leave me the hell out of it. She goes on to say that she's better than the other wives because she never made her arguments to Kody apparent. Yet we heard from Janelle this season that Kody leaks like a sieve. So if he and his other wives are arguing, it's probably him that brings it up to Robin. What I'm trying to say is that the other wives don't have that luxury of keeping their altercations private if he only respects one wife's confidentiality. Because I believe in the last tell-all part 2, Christine said that Kody never badmouths Robin in front of the other wives.
You know he damn well does to Robin, though.
Suki calls Robin on that. You've said in the past that if you and Kody were in dire straits, that you wouldn't let him go and you would force some sort of conversation until things were peachy. However, Kody has walked out on his other wives when they were in that exact situation, whether that was in the middle of a discussion or an altercation. At that point, how does that wife get him to listen to her? Robin then proceeds to victim blame all the wives. It's their fault for hitting him below the belt, for not treating him like my best customer. I don't know what she meant by that. For calling him names, for giving him the silent treatment. I'm tired of getting blamed for communicating better. I'm tired of being punished for having a good relationship with Kody when other people don't. That's on them.
Robin wants to benefit from the society that they build, but she doesn't want to participate or build that society, and it's extremely frustrating. I'm running out of energy for these people.
Sorry. We're almost done, I think. Janelle has asked whether or not that romantic spark can ever be reignited between her and Kody. She says that she isn't waiting for him, that she has accepted that part of their relationship is over, but she isn't as hurt over it as Christine had been. She sums it up to it being great and discloses that in 3 months, which is 8 days for us, that she and Kody will be getting ready to celebrate their 30th anniversary. Suki asks if she expects him to call her or vice versa. She tells her that she isn't expecting it since he completely blew off their last anniversary. He didn't call me or anything. This was due to us having a big fight over Christmas. So he went tit for tat and didn't reach out to me on our anniversary. We didn't communicate for several months. It wasn't until sometime in March or April where we had a phone call. The possibility of us reconciling is there. However, it would require so much change on both our ends. She continues to impart how important her faith is to her and ends her outlook by saying, I don't want him to come back. I am happy, but my faith views marriage to be an eternal commitment. What I'm gathering is Janelle is very anti-Kody, but she's pro-polygamy.
She's very pro-polygamy because she's being dumb.
So what I suspect is Janelle might remarry another polygamous man.
I think that she might just technically remain married to Kody, just not near Kody.
Oh, yeah? Is that what your
That's what I'm thinking.
is?
Yeah, she wants to get her planet, because I don't picture Janelle wanting for companionship, emotional, spiritual, or sexual at this point. She's very, very much I could be by myself in a hole for the rest of eternity and I'll be happy with it. So she's probably just going to remain spiritually married to him, just not near him. Like, she wants to get her salvation on a technicality.
So does Mary.
Yeah, but Mary wants those things. Boy, howdy does she want those things.
Suki asks, so there's still a door? She responds, there is, but I don't want him walking through it. That's funny.
It is funny.
Christine is brought into the loop again. Where do you think Janelle fits into the picture of Robin and Kody's perfect soulmate union? Very bluntly, Christine says that Kody doesn't have the capacity to be a polygamist, given how he treats Mary and Janelle. His more recent stipulations of, behave like Robin or else, is really putting a damper of anyone who is still with this man. Kody somewhat concurs to this assessment, even though he hasn't heard Christine's opinion.
Yeah.
I'm right on the verge of not being a polygamist anymore. An identity I've held for 30 plus years. I've always looked to the future with optimism. As of late, I find myself for the first time looking back towards the past, regretting a lot of it. Ouch. We finally get Mary in the hot spot. She's asked what her general perspective is, given that she has been there to witness all of it. Our host asks if she will keep waiting until Kody realizes what he is missing in her. Mary says, I don't think he realizes the shit that I am. If he hasn't realized it up to this point, maybe he never will. Maybe he doesn't want it. But you know, Suki, people change. Maybe he is at this place where he's thinking, she is just not for me right now. But time will tell. So to answer your question, I will wait an eternity for him to come around if I have to.
Okay, maybe the description of them as yammering dogs for his attention fits one of the wives.
Christine is asked if Kody and Robin would be fine living monogamously. She expresses that there will always be a part in their marriage where they will mourn the loss of what has failed, but she can't imagine them looking for new wives. Sukanya communicates Robin's dream of having a big plural family, to which Christine states that there isn't much hope for one with these two, since there's too much failure behind them. Besides, if they're content with just each other, it doesn't make sense to bring another person into that perfect, finished picture. Robin is confronted with this question of Kody possibly marrying again if she were the one to instigate the process. She timidly responds, I can, but I don't know if Kody wants to because this experience has been such a shitstorm. She gives us an excuse that the reason she doesn't want to find new sister wives is because that would be disrespectful to the former ones who left. What? God. You just don't want new ones, bitch.
I can't tell whether or not I'm listening to this or I'm having a stroke.
I'm sorry, baby.
I feel like I'm a light bulb that's just been burnt out. When you first find out just how huge of a jackasses Kody and Robin are, it fills you full of anger and hate for them, but eventually it burns out and you don't have any energy left for these people. And please, somebody just take the show away from them, ruin them financially, make them miserable. I don't care how you do it.
She claims she doesn't know how she will continue living monogamously with Kody, and that is really messing with her identity.
Her identity. Oh my.
She was already living monogamously with Kody. There will be no difference. I don't get it.
Her sense of identity is just so irritating.
Yeah, how is her identity tied up?
Because her sense of identity is oh, look at me, I'm a polygamist, and I'm a part of the one true church on the planet that me and only 200 other people know about, and I'm gonna be saved by God, and it's all because I'm a polygamist. But also I'm not a polygamist. How am I supposed to deal with that? I'm so happy. I have all of the money and all the attention that I could possibly ever want, but I can't feel better than other people for being a polygamist anymore.
So disingenuous. I don't like Robin. She harkens us back to her ultimate dream of wanting to be old ladies with her ex-sister wives and sitting there on the porch of their big family house with the grandkids. The one-on-one ends with a question to Kody, to which, thank God, he does answer. What is your wish for Christine? And this was the exact same last question Suki asked Kody in the season 16 tell-all. Mm-hmm. He conveys a time when one of his kids said to him that he has found his soulmate in Robin, and now it's time for Mom to find hers. He agrees to that outlook and is hopeful Christine will find someone she is happy with. He hopes that he and Janelle will come together again and that he and his adult children will reconcile. And that is the end of One-on-One Part 3 and the entirety of season 17. I feel that the hook for next season is Kody trying to reconcile with his adult children, and that will be the plot for season 18. If this is going to be a plot and he's just doing this for the camera, then I don't know how genuine the children will find their dad trying to make amends with them.
Kody will do anything for money. He would sabotage his family in a heartbeat if he thought that it would support him and Robin for years to come.
So, give me a summary of this part 3.
Okay, so basically if you watch the season, you don't need to watch the tell-all because you saw it already.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay. All right. He's Morty.
Yeah, Morty's here.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye from Coyote Pass.
Okay.